Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about how to draw your location plan. So for you to be able to draw your location plan, first of all you should stand on the road and face the plot. So the representation of the plot is with a rectangular shape. So for this one, this is the plot. Depending on the just represent with a rectangular shape, even if the shape of the plot differs. But since you are on site, you are trying to sketch out the design, the location map. First of all, just represent it with a rectangular shape. Then whatever the shape of the plot is, you can get that from the survey and use it to represent it. But you can also just represent it with a rectangular shape there. So this is the plot. I've already indicated it with a rectangular shape. Then I wrote the plot there. The reason for writing the plot on this rectangular shape where the plot is, for me to know that that's where the position of the plot is. Then you have to stand on the road, then face the plot. So on facing the plot, you already know that the plot is at your front. Then at the back there's definitely something there. At your right hand side there's something there. At your left hand side, so for this very one, at my right hand side, the standing on the road at my right hand side, I know that the road is going. So there the road is a continuous road, so it's still going there. So I'll just stand on it and sketch out the plot, then draw the sketch out the road that I'm standing on. So I'll sketch out the road, then the plot which is on top of, which is at the front of the road. So I'll sketch out the plot and write the plot there. Then as my back, facing the road at my back was there, so I can decide to go ahead and turn to the opposite side, that's turn to my back. Then after on turning to my back, then I'm now facing this side, which is now becomes the front. Then the plot becomes the back. Then it's like that. So you therefore know your right hand side and your left hand side. Then here, this very place, which is the the which this very place has a petrol station here. So whatever you have at the opposite your plot, you indicate it. Sometimes you might have an existing building there. If it's an existing building, indicate it as EB. Then you draw a triangular shape. Draw a triangular shape, which is this very one. Then add EB. Instead of it to EB is an abbreviation of existing building, or you can just spell, instead of it to spell existing building, just indicate as EB, as far as you already know what EB is, which is an abbreviation of existing building. So you draw the shape and indicate the existing building. The another thing is, I will just turn back again and face my plot. On facing my plot, I know that okay, this is my plot, this is already my plot. Then at the back of my plot, what is present there? Sometimes the back of your plot, you can have a vacant plot there. You might not have any building there, or you may have a recognized building there. Let's say it's not just an existing building, maybe there's a hotel there, or maybe there's a filling station there. Whatever is there, you go ahead and indicate it there. But for this very one, this existing, at the back of this plot of the site, which is the plot, is an existing building. There's an existing building there, so that's why I have to draw out EB, an existing building, which is EB, which is existing building there. So the size of your plot, you should know the size of the plot. You don't need to start taking measurements because you are just trying to sketch and get what is there. So with your eye, you can be able to know that, oh, this size of this plot is 50 by 100 or 100 by 100. If you do take land measurements, you definitely know if the size of the plot. So the size of this plot now is 100 by 100. Then at the back there's another existing video which is another 100 by 100. So it depends on the pattern of the of the plot there. So now Then on standing and facing this plot, by my right hand side, standing on this Vincent Street, this existing road is called Vincent Street. If the street has a name, indicate the name of the street. This one is called Vincent Street. I indicated Vincent Street. Assuming the road does not have a name, I will just go ahead and call it an existing road. An existing road. So now, at my this I'm still facing the plot. They are at my right hand side here, so close to the plot. There is what's there, whatever is there on your site, you indicate it there. Let's say there's a building there that has not yet been completed. You indicate it as UC, which is under construction. It has not yet been completed. If it's already complete, it's called EB, existing building. Now here, close at my right hand side, there is a vacant plot here. There is no building there, just a plot which does not belong to this site, so I call it vacant plot. So there is a lot of plots here. It's not only one plot. That's why I called vacant plots. Vacant plot is VP, then vacant plot VP, then you add S to it, so that's vacant plot. So let's say here now I have up to 3 plots here. Then at the back of this vacant plot, there is an existing building here. There is also an existing building. So looking at it, I can know that vacant plot, if the number of lands that is present there is up to 3 plots, a plot is 100 by 100. That's for a plot. Depends on the area you are, because there are some areas a plot can be more than 100 feet by 100 feet. So if you know the size of a plot, then you can be able to tell the number of plots that is present at the vacant plot. So I'm still going on the right hand side while facing, when I'm facing this very way. This way is the right hand side. When I turn to this way becomes the left hand side. Now here becomes the right hand side. So it all depends on where you are facing and the direction that you are drawing from. Then the next one is, at this place we have UC, under construction. That means this building has not been completed. UC, under construction. Then on top of this very place, after this UC, this is 100. Let's say this UC is 100 by 100 feet plot. Then at the back, there's another existing building there. If there is a road on top of all the plot and existing building, you also indicate, draw the road. So it depends on what you have on your site. I'm just using this to explain. So this very place, I'm still going now. Then there is this, I just decided to cut it. This road is very long, it's still going, so I'll just decide to cut it, and this symbol represents that is a continuous road. Then if you can see on top, of this very one, I just close it. It does not have that continuous symbol, meaning at this point the road is closed. Sometimes closed road meaning sometimes most times there is an existing building, there is a building there, because they blocked the road. That road is supposed to continue. While they were selling the land, they blocked the road and decided to construct a building on this place. So that's why it's a closed road. We call it existing closed road. So you see, the road is not continuous road. So now, on standing, I'll come back from this way, from this extreme, come this way back to the plot. You don't need to come back to the plot, but before you start moving this way, you have to sketch whatever is this way and indicate it there. So now on my left hand side, on this way, I can see that there is a road. So I'll sketch out the road there. So I'll sketch out the road, then I'll draw a line, double line, showing the road. So on entering the road, I'm entering this from here and facing this side. Then I'm facing this side. On this very road, this place becomes my right hand side, the here becomes my left hand side, here is my front, then this Vincent Street becomes my back. So it's like that. So you sketch out whatever is there. Then on the front this way, there's a pantry farm there. So wherever the pantry farm stops, that's where you present your pantry farm, and there to know that there's a pantry farm there. So if there's an existing building, whatever is there, you just indicate. If the road is still continuous, you indicate a continuous road. So another thing that you need to understand, that wherever you are drawing your location plan, you should be able to show a wide area, a very wide area for your location plan. You don't just have to draw a very small area and say that you have already drawn your location plan. No, you have to draw a wider area so that the person that is coming to check for the site can be able to locate the site. The plot is also called the site, so the person can be able to locate the plot or the site. So that's why it's good to draw a very wide area, and you should be always indicate the names of your road. If there's any landmark, like this Doris petrol station, for example, is a landmark. So whatever landmark that you see, you should also indicate it there. So those, if there's an existing building, vacant plots, just indicate them as well. So there are cases that you, instead of you to start like this vacant plot, instead of me to just indicate vacant plot, then I can indicate the numbers of plot that is present there. I'll just draw the numbers of plots. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Then this is plot 1, plot 2, plot 3. Then each of them indicates VP, VP, VP. Then I'll just draw a line like this instead of calling it vacant plots. So you just show the number of plots that is present. Or sometimes like this very existing building, also I can just indicate the plots. Then where the existing building is, I'll indicate as EB, existing building. Then I'm going to sketch you. So this one is actually done in close to the plot so that it will be more detail for the person that is coming to check for the site. So then you don't just have to continue showing this plot, number of plots here throughout, because it will be very difficult for you to do that. So you go ahead and start indicating vacant plots, existing building, EB and whatever on it with the triangular shape. Then I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain here. If you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, comment down below as well. So another thing, if you have any question, comment down below. Another thing you have to also understand is the reason for this, for you to sketch, do your site sketch, so whatever you have on site, so that it will be easy for you to combine it with, if you have your Google map, you can go to the site where the site is, then just pin out the point, and from there you can be able to draw your location plan with it. But it's still good for you to go to site, so that there are some names of roads that are present on ground that has not yet reflected on Google map. So that's why it's good for you to be able to also go to your site and confirm all those things, to be able to. So the only way you can confirm is for you to sketch these things out. So you can sketch at least a wide area and be able to use it to compare it with your Google map. So you are kind of marrying your Google map with your live sketch of your location plan.